What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of J&D Sports Talk. In this episode, I'm going to be giving you my NFL Week 2 predictions. I know last week I used the Picks Project or whatever it's called, but it didn't let me see my previous picks and all that. So I went to my reliable website, NFL Period Pick'em. If you haven't heard it already, has a lot on here. I didn't know they had schedule predictions for every week like this, where it keeps track of your record. So that's very, very great. So I'm going to use this for now on. It says 0-0, but pretend it says 11-5, 11-6, whatever it is. But hope you guys enjoy this episode. Make sure you subscribe, check out our TikTok and Twitch, and let's get in today's video. All right, week 2 NFL season. One thing I notice about this week is there's a lot of one-sided games on Sunday in the early window. I don't know how I feel about that. That likely means there's going to be a couple upsets, but I am going to predict what I think is going to happen. Thursday night, tonight, we have the Washington Commanders going to one of the toughest places to play in the NFL, Green Bay, Lambeau Field, electric stadium every time there's a game there, especially a night game. I'm going to take the Packers in this one. I think they have a better team right now. They played really, really good last week. The Commanders, I think they're going to be a good team, but I think they'll fall to 1-1. I think Micah Parsons is going to do really good. I think this is going to be a decently high-scoring game. But yeah, Sunday, early window. Jaguars at Bengals. I think the Jaguars will keep this one close, and this is an upset watch considering how Cincinnati starts the season slow. But I'm going to take the Bengals in this one. I think that the Bengals are obviously the better team. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, they're going to get it going one of these games. The defense looked good for Cincinnati last week. Let's see if it does again. Giants and Cowboys, the rivalry. I don't care if it's Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart, Jameis Winston. The Cowboys are beating the Giants at home. I think the Giants are going to fall to 0-2. I don't think they have what it takes right now to beat the Cowboys on the road. Dallas, not saying they're the greatest team in the NFL, but they looked good last week. They almost beat Philly, and so this should be kind of a cakewalk for them, but we will see. Bears at Lions. This is a tougher one to predict. Are the Lions a way better team? Yes, but the Lions last week, they didn't look great. 2 new coordinators. We got to be patient with that, but that's not even the main thing. The main thing is Ben Johnson is now the head coach of the Chicago Bears. And as you guys all know, he's from Detroit. He was there the last, 4 or 5 years, offensive coordinator. So he should know Detroit's system, all that, knows Dan Campbell, stuff like that. But I'm going to take the Lions. I think the Lions get the win here. I think the Lions are very talented, and it's going to click at some point. Just the question is when. And the Bears are going to fall to 0-2, even though they should have won last week. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Rams, my Super Bowl pick, going to Nashville to take on the Titans. I'm going to take the Rams in this one. Titans offense is nowhere near NFL level right now, even though Cam Ward is a good quarterback. But yeah, Tennessee, they went against arguably the best defense in the NFL. Denver last week, Denver held them to 13, was it? They had like a lot of turnovers, though, I'm pretty sure. A lot of drops, miscommunication, stuff like that. Tennessee's offense did not look good. And the Rams' defense was one of the best last week. They held an electric Houston offense with CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, Nick Chubb, and players like that to 9 points. That's rare to see from an offense that explosive. Rams get the win in Nashville. Patriots at Dolphins. I'm going to take the Patriots. The Patriots are the better team right now. They have better vibes around them. The Dolphins, they did not look anywhere near ready for this season last week. I think it's only a matter of time the Dolphins clean house. And I think it's going to be like a 1-6, 2-5 kind of start before they do. Next up, we have the San Francisco 49ers going to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Saints didn't look that bad last week, but they did. Arizona was underwhelming against them. Meanwhile, San Francisco, tight game, but they squeaked out the win against their rival Seattle. Niners are without Brock Purdy in this one, and they're without him for a couple of games. So Mac Jones will be the quarterback, but he's still got Christian McCaffrey. He's got Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. Oh no, George Kittle's out a few. He's on the IR. He's out 4 weeks. I forgot about that one. Oh boy. Wow, the Niners are getting injuries already. That sucks, man. Um, Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey, Ricky Pearsall, Juwan Jennings. There's still options there. I'm still going to take the 49ers. I don't think I'm really going to pick the Saints in any games this year just because they're not a good football team. They're really old on the defensive side of the ball. And I think the Niners, despite starting Mac Jones, I think he'll do decent. Maybe like, I don't know, like 18 for 26 and like 200 yards with one touchdown. Next up, we have the Bills. Excuse me. Bills at the Jets. As good as the Jets looked last week offensively, I'm still going to take the Bills in this one. The Bills have a lot of hype right now. They have a lot of motivation, a lot of momentum. They have a lot of easy games coming up, and I think they're going to take the Jets in this one. I think it's going to be by about 10 points. I think the Jets will put up a fight, but then the Bills will take over late in the third quarter, and then they'll win like probably like 35-24 or something like that. 35-21. Next up, we have the Seahawks and the Steelers. This one, I'm giving an upset. I'm going to take Seattle in this one. Pittsburgh looked really, really good last week. Seattle, they looked decent, but they lost a close one. But I think they get the win here. I think Seattle starts 1-1. Pittsburgh goes 1-1. I think it's going to be a very, very good game, though. I think something like 28-26, another close one. But I think the Seahawks somehow come out on top. Ravens, there's no chance the Browns are winning. Next up, we have the Broncos at the Colts. This is a game right here, and I'll give you two reasons why. Or one reason. This will decide, actually, two. This will decide if both these teams are legit, especially the Colts. If Daniel Jones goes out there and lights up a superstar filled Denver Broncos defense, we will know the Colts are for real. If he goes out there, shits his pants, and Bo Nix goes and has a good game, we will know Denver's for real. 2-0, Colts 1-1, they're mid. That is a very, very interesting game, in my opinion, because this game will tell a lot about are the Colts legit or are they fake. I'm going to take, who do I take though? You know what? I think Denver's going to win, but I want the Colts to win, so I'm going to take the Colts. This is a rare scenario where I'm just going to pick who I want to win because I want the Colts to win. And if they can do it, if Daniel Jones-led Colts team can get another nice win here, even if it's like 20-17, I'm down for it. Next up, we have the Carolina Panthers going to Arizona. Am I concerned? Yes. But Carolina has had Arizona's number for years now. We've owned them. I think we're like 15-6 against them, especially in that NFC Championship and last year, the overtime winner to kick them out of the playoffs. I'm going to take my Panthers here. I am worried about our defense against Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr., though. But again, I think our team is going to bounce back. I still believe in my Panthers, and I think this is a good game to get back in rhythm. Panthers are going to start 1-1. They're going to get a nice win here. It's going to be like 28-18. This is the toughest game to predict of the week. Eagles at Chiefs. I'm 50-50, but the only reason I'm picking this team is because I don't see them starting 0-2. I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Eagles are a better team. They looked better last week. This is going to be a really, really good game, but I'm going to take the Chiefs, and it's going to be like 34-31. Like I said, I don't see the Chiefs starting 0-2. I want the Eagles to win, though. Sunday Night Football, really good game. Really good primetime games this week. Just to throw that out there. I'm going to take the Vikings in this one, though. I think it's going to be a really good game. I could see this game being like 38-36. I think it's going to be a really, really high-scoring game. Michael Penix Jr. versus J.J. McCarthy. I think the Vikings are going to have a much better game offensively. And I think Atlanta is going to score more points than they did last week. I think it's going to be a good game that Minnesota gets out on top at home. Now, these Monday night games are really, really interesting. And I'm disappointed in the fact that the second one starts 10 o'clock Eastern. That means you got to stay up till 1 in the morning to watch it. But first, we have the Bucks at Houston. This is 50-50 to me. The Bucks are a good team. Texans are a good team. Which one looked better last week? The Bucks. But I think the Texans are going to take this one. I think the Texans will have a bounce back game, and I think this is going to be a really, really good game. 28-24, I'm predicting. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. Texans bounce back at home. Monday Night Football, Chargers at Raiders. This is another good game, too. 50-50. Actually, I'd probably give the edge to the Chargers. I'm going to pick the Chargers in this one. I could definitely see the Raiders pulling off the upset, though. Opening night at home, I believe. Yeah, this is the Raiders' first game at home. They were against at Patriots last week. I think the Chargers get a nice win here against their divisional rival. But that is my week 2 NFL predictions. Let me know what you guys think. Let's see how many home teams I have winning. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of the 16 games, I have the home team winning, and 7 out of the 16, I have the away team winning. Let's see how accurate that is, but I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to submit here. Please subscribe. Check out our TikTok and Twitch at J&D Sports Talk, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.